Hi, Mike. Well, back fresh after the international break, and according to what I've just read on your website, unscathed in terms of the players who came back from international duty.
Yeah, obviously there's a couple of decisions to make today. A few have been struggling for a few weeks with niggling injuries. They've had time to rest. Just hoping that it's enough time, if I'm honest, because we don't want to risk anybody and have a mate for the rest of the season.
Yeah, because you have got needless to say, a massive 10 games left, and you want to have everyone available, Mike.
Yeah, of course. We do. There's going to be, because of the amount of games we've got in a short space of time, people who start one game might have to come out, for the next game, just because of, one, they're tired, and two, we don't want to be risking any injuries. We need to be full strength, for the rest of the season.
As a manager, do you have sort of a target about the number of wins that you need either to get to the playoffs or even better than that, the top three places?
Yeah.
And what is that, Mike? Can you tell us?
No, I'll tell you if we hit it.
Of course, you would love to get a positive result at Barrow tomorrow, clearly. They're at the wrong end of the table at the moment. So similarly, they want to distance themselves from the relegation places. So it'll be a test. Yeah,
listen, they picked up a bit, as well. They signed a lot of experienced players in January. It's a tough place to go, but we're going there to win the game. It's as simple as that. We need to win games. Draws are neither here or there at this part of the season. So we'll be trying to win the game, but it's going to be a tough game.
One of those players who came back from my international duty, Josh Sheehan, great to see him get international experience again and play a fair chunk of that Mexico game, Mike.
Yeah, it's always a proud moment for a player, getting an international cap. It's proud for me as a manager, and for the football club. It's a fantastic achievement. It's his second cap now. And hopefully he can keep adding to that tally.
Of course, at club level now, he's got Joe Ledley, who he can pick the brains of and learn off as an experienced midfielder. How important is that for the development of a young player like Josh?
Well, he's not that young anymore. He's just had a birthday, so he's halfway through his career, probably. But yeah, having people like Joe Ledley around is priceless. Joe is always approachable and keen to talk to the players and give them advice. So it can only be a positive.
Because we've talked about Kevin Ellison, haven't we, in the past, about the experience he brings. You've got a nice mix, haven't you, of youth and experience with Joe now entering the fold as well.
Yeah, we try and bring the right people, not just the players part of it, the characters of the player as well. We don't get everyone right, we know that. But on the majority of players we bring in, we've got it right, and we've got to try and keep. So we just got to try and keep going, and hopefully we'll get what we think we deserve at the minute.
Am I right in thinking that Josh's contract is up at the end of the season? And if so, do those negotiations start now, or are they on hold now just to see what happens over the course of the next 10 games?
Yeah, he's out of contract, and negotiations, they started months ago, really.
And how have they been going?
Flat. It's a decision that Josh wants to make at the end of the season. So it's not a negative decision, but it's something that he wants to get this season out of the way. And like I said, if we do go up, that gives us a stronger chance as well.
Of course, it's a busy period. I know your focus is very much on Barrow, but then quick turnaround. You've got Bolton Wanderers, a team who have changed dramatically in their form since you played them last.
Yeah, they've been on an unbelievable run of form. 11 wins, 2 draws in the last 13 games. you've got to give them credit. You know, they signed a lot of players in January as well. And sometimes it takes time to gel. You know, they brought a lot in over the the off season, and they'll be looking for those automatic places now, 100%.
And just finally from me, Mark Drakeford announced today that there could be some test events in May to get crowds back to sporting events. Of course, May being May, that means it's pretty much unlikely that you won't have any home fans for the run-in, which is a shame, but probably not that unexpected, Mike.
It's not unexpected. I don't want to get started on everything that's happening, but unless it's the 1st of May, yeah, we'll have no fans.
Thanks very much, Mike. Good luck for tomorrow.
Cheers, Si.
Hey, Mike, you refreshed from this sort of 2 weeks? Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. You know, it's and I think it was important because we have got a very, very difficult month coming up now. Like I said, 8 games in 29 days. It's a big ask.
It's that balancing act, isn't it? You're getting work done on the training field, but I presume telling your players, look, switch off a bit, refresh yourself mentally. Yeah. It's important.
They've, we give them a few days off. They come back. They've been, excellent. Training has been the best it's been all season, but that means nothing. I'd rather them save it for the games now.
Yeah. In terms of the international contingent, Luke Gambin obviously went away. Does that extra travel, is that a factor in how it'll be for tomorrow, maybe?
Yeah, possibly, Chris. Like I said, I'll have a look today when we train now. And we'll make a decision after training on who's in the squad.
Because I guess I presume you've seen his goal. It sort of shows what sort of quality hopefully he can bring in.
Yeah. Look, but I've got to make the right decision on who I think will make the biggest impact tomorrow. Like I said, boys who are not travelling tomorrow, they might be playing even on Monday. So, it's one of them that we've got to get it right and at least try to do the right thing.
In terms of those, is Ryan Haynes back in training? Is it so? Okay, just similar with him and Matthew came off against Leighton Orient, as you said earlier, getting everyone right rather than on 90% or whatever. I guess is the
exactly. And look, I think we missed Matthew when he come off. We lost our impetus, and it kind of summed up the afternoon really, because he had to come off. It wasn't a tactical decision. He was struggling towards the end of the first half, and we just couldn't risk it because you go and pull your calf now, and it's a 4 to 6 weeks job, and that's the season done.
The long trip to Barrow and back might not be the most exciting, but as a whole, it's exciting times, isn't it?
Yeah. Listen, I'm really looking forward to it. I can't lie to you and say I'm looking forward to this journey, because I'm not. I'm looking forward to the game, but I'm looking forward to this next 5-6 weeks, because we've got a fantastic opportunity that if the players really believe that we can do it, we got an unbelievable opportunity to go up.
It's one of those, you look at the run-ins and I suppose the Orient and Port Vale games showed there's no point looking at top or bottom or whatever.
No, there is no point.
Yeah. But equally, when you are playing against rivals, that's it really matters there, and as you say, wins are the currency that sort of.
Yeah, look, it's if he was going to tell me we're going to win 6 games and lose 4, then I'd be very, very careful over the 6 I picked, because it affects you. It affects big time. And we've got to make sure that we take points off those above us.
All good. I won't be travelling up. I'll be doing off telly. But I'll see you Monday. So, all good.
Okay, no meat tomorrow.
Yes. Cheers.
We've missed you.
Missed you too, Rob.
Oh, it's not been the same without you.
There you go, mate. There you go.
Have you? Has it been good to get away a little bit, or has your mind just been whirring even faster?
No, listen. I had a few days of switching off. Obviously, I was very frustrated after the Leyton Orient game. It wasn't what I was hoping for, obviously, because we want to win the game, and we should have put it out of sight in the first half. We didn't, and the way we played second half wasn't good enough. I'm like I say, I always try and be honest with you and myself and the players. They know that they let their standards drop in the second half, and to be fair, which I knew they would, they held their hands up, and they're ready to go. That's it.
I think looking back through my 5 notepads of you this season, that's the first time you said we could go up. You used the P word then, but I guess that's the opportunity now, and you've got to look it straight in the face, and you've got to be honest with yourselves. There's a chance to do something you wanted to do right at the start of the season.
Yeah, exactly. Look, anybody, you can say we could go up at the start of the season. There's a long, long way to go. We're in a position there. We're 7th in the league. We're playing teams around us. We've got to go on a winning streak. And sooner rather than later, because we don't want to be too far behind chasing. Saying that if we're chasing all the way and crept into the top 3 in the last day of the season, then I'll bite your hand off.
Yeah, quite. Well, that's still in your hands, isn't it? You could creep in there.
Yeah, 100%. You look at all the maximum points teams can get, and we're not far off.
Yeah.
Not far off what we can achieve, and let's be honest, a load of them have got each other, us included.
It's interesting you say you've got to chase the wins, and obviously 3 points are everything. You've mixed and matches your strikers all the way through since January, when things changed. Do you think it's time maybe for a more settled frontline approach, or do you just think, given the 5 subs, it's good to have people to come on and change the way you play?
Yeah, well, listen, sometimes, you need to change it because things ain't working. Sometimes they've done so much work, you need to freshen it up. And sometimes we've changed formation. I want somebody to grab the ball by the horns and go on a scoring spree now. I want that more than anything, and I'm sure they do. Let's hope then it starts tomorrow.
Yeah. You've talked about silly mistakes creeping in all through season, and that's maybe let you down in a couple of games. But really, is it not down to the lack of goals maybe up front that you've struggled of late?
Well, possibly, yeah, you could say that. But there are games where we've made mistakes and lost points through that as well. So not just down to the strikers. If we don't make the mistake against Leyton Orient, we come away with a point. They're the kind of ones that frustrate you, that where you should be getting points from. There's times when we've been beaten, and deservedly so. You hold your hands up. As long as we tried everything and give everything, then you can't really fault them. But yeah, you look at it. Our top goal scorer in the league has got 7 goals. Is it enough? Well, let's hope it is, because it means we've scraped in. But
yeah.
You tend to need a 20 goal a season striker.
Yeah.
And look, let's hope somebody gets into midway between double figures and 20, and that'll give us a chance.
Yeah. It's going to be a pressure 10 games. But the great thing is you've got a lot of experience there, haven't you? Whether it's Nicky Mayer and Dom Telford, who've had promotion before, Podge or Kevin, and now with
Ryan Taylor's
Joe coming in.
Joe Ledley. You look at it, there's 14, 15 players who have been promoted. We've looked at that. So they've all got experience of it. I've got experience of it. It's never going to be the case that they're going to bottle it. I hate it when people say that. We're either going to be good enough or we're not. It's as simple as that. That the word bottle it, that doesn't even come into their heads. You know what I mean? Because why would it?
But you're quite right. The overriding emotion at the moment for everyone should be excitement.
Yeah, 100%. Well, if you would have offered me this position at the start of the season, I would have bitten your hands off.
Yeah.
You know, the way we had to rebuild and get players out, and late bringing the team together, the squad together because of the unknown circumstances. It's been very, very, the FA Cup run, the Carabao Cup run. It's been an unbelievable season so far, and it's quite easy to forget that.
Yeah. Are you excited about getting back to Rodney Parade next week?
Yeah, listen, I've seen photos. I've been down. It's looking so much better. And look, let's be straight. We know where we are now to the end of the season. There's no excuses. The pitch has improved. Yes, it's not as good as it was, but I'll tell you, it's a lot better than it was. So, look, let's go. Game on.
And that's where you've played your best football this season.
Yeah, it is.
So all the cerebral reference points are there, aren't they?
They are. And, it's, I told you, it's going to go down to the wire, and there's going to be speed bumps on the way.
Shall I double my blood pressure tablets, or?
If you do, give me some.
Finally, can I just ask you about the contract situation? Was it 21 players had a contract by the end of June?
Yeah, probably. Make that number. Yeah.
I'm sure that's no different to most clubs, given the situation we're in. But with the new sporting director coming in, I guess that person can't come in quick enough, can he or she?
It's sporting director, the club feel that want to go down this route as well. The sporting director can't affect what we're doing this season at the minute because of the time. So I'll worry about that at the end of it. And yeah, like you say though, they are going to start they're going to have a busy start when they do come in.
But it's an extra pair of hands for you is what I was thinking of, or I'm thinking that must be part of the thinking.
Yeah, it is. You know what I mean? It's part of the thinking. And look, it is it's the way football's going at the minute. There's a lot of sporting directors, technical directors, director of footballs, whatever you want to call it. They're all, doing the same thing. And extra bit of support would help.
Well, direct question: are you happy with that post and that appointment?
I don't know. They haven't come in yet, Rob.
No. But okay. Well, will you have an input into it, or?
Yeah, I'll have an input. I'll have an input. The chairman's been trying to include me in it, but I don't want to say that I'm not happy about it, because I am always happy about extra support, but it is the last thing in my mind at the minute. No,
sure, okay. But we had little Dels to write about, so we wrote about it this week, and but it looked as though there was a clear vision and clear responsibilities, and given the situation going to be in this summer, looking towards next season, someone's going to have to do a lot of running around.
Yes, and it's going to be it's usually me who does it. So it'll be like I said, it'll be helpful.
Yeah, great. Okay, look, knock 'em dead, son.
Cheers. Nice to see you all.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay, bye-bye.